Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Dream Team. The last episode, we basically learned that we have to hide Princess Peach in this dream point here, but we need to expand it first, getting dream eggs from the other Seadrings, our Seadrings family, basically. So we need to explore the real world here of Driftwood Shore, find the other dream points, get the dream eggs, and only then can we return and really access Dreamy Driftwood Shore. But of course, being a new area, now that we're actually to the thick of things, we're gonna have new enemies to fight. So, and actually, as you can see, there's multiple directions we can even go, and we're actually gonna be heading to the right first, because you can go to any of the dream points, basically. You'll find 3 of them scattered around here, but there's basically 3 sections of the shore, so we're gonna tackle at least the first one in this episode. Because we're also gonna be fighting these new enemies. Excellent 10, Dodge 10 now apply again, and of course, have to show off these foes regardless. So, it's gonna be our usual first episode where we sit here and fight foes and whatnot. These fly guys are interesting. They basically will summon Goombas. Each of these does count as a separate thing for the no-hitter challenge. As you can see, the Goomba can go first, the fly guy can go first, jump over the Goomba, attack the fly, or basically jump over the Goomba. You can land on the Goomba as well to deal some damage, but I'd rather keep them alive because they're actually, because the fly guys summon more Goombas, they're actually really good to farm Excellent 10, Dodge 10 off of. Especially because the fly guys attack separate. It'd be nice to get Excellent 10 if I didn't just screw up like a moron. The Goombas also attack, so that's basically essentially 3 dodges a turn, which means we'll get our Dodge 10 really quickly, and they keep summoning more of these guys, so if we just keep killing more Goombas, we're actually going to be, I mean, you want to kill the fly guys, because eventually, they're just going to keep summoning more Goombas, so if you just attack the Goombas, you're never going to win, so you want to kill those fly guys first. The Goombas are pretty much not even a threat. The other attack that fly guys can do, well, they're just going to keep driving more Goombas, but they also can pick up a Goomba, and you'll see what happens when we get to that. So yeah, I could, like, time these, although it's tough to time to land on the Goomba without jumping into the fly guy, so be careful with that. I see that I'm about to lose my thing, so we're just going to reset this, and then start it back up again. Yeah, that makes the most sense. I mean, I could also just start to set up a whole new thing here, but these are really the 2 most useful ones, so I'm going to just continue with these ones for now. Anyway, so obviously you want to attack the fly guys to win eventually, but because we're going to grind out the Excellent 10, Dodge 10, it's actually just, you can basically do it all in one fight if you just sit here and just kill these Goombas. All the Goombas do attack like this, though, so it is pretty easy to, just jumping at the same time really is also the safest way to do that. So, they only count as 1 dodge, but the fly guys count separately, so we'll actually be able to get, unless I screw up and don't get excellences, that would be kind of nice. But yeah, I'm surprised that they're just summoning more Goombas and not doing the other attack. They usually do their other attack here. There we go. So they'll try to drop the Goomba on it, and the Goomba will rush at you afterwards, which is where you'll get the kill, and all will be well with the world. But yeah, so we're just gonna grind out all these challenges now. The nice thing about Driftwood Shore is both enemies actually have the ability to summon more enemies. Like both there's an enemy in the real world and there's an enemy in the dream world that will summon more enemies, which makes grinding these challenges actually super easy. Also, that attack shouldn't have counted for dodge and shouldn't have counted for a no-hitter, so we should pretty much be good to go. Now, for the attack where the fly guys drop something on you, they will also at some point spin around. That is a possibility. If they spin around, basically, you have to... If they spin around, they'll, instead of attacking the Goomba, it won't attack the bro that was dropped on, it'll attack the other bro instead. So it's kind of the usual fake out where like something will happen. I guess we've actually reached a maximum Goomba summoning, so as you can see, the fly guys only have a certain amount of Goombas they'll summon. Otherwise, if they're out of Goombas, they'll actually die. So if you just continue killing Goombas, eventually they will run out of Goombas to summon, and they won't have any attacks left, because all of their attacks involve the Goombas they summon, so... eventually, you can just kind of get the free kill and go from there. It's actually kind of nice. So, you know what? We're just going to let... This takes longer to grind. I'm just going to grind this up instead, so I don't have to change the badges every so often. So as long as I can just not be dumb and continue to get these excellents here, we should be able to grind up both these pretty quickly. We got the no-hitter, we got the 27, we got the no-hitter 28. As far as I'm aware, at this point in the game, there is no background enemy as well, so we have to deal with the enemies that we see. And getting the no-hitter challenges and the excellence and the... dodges are actually pretty easy, both here and in the dream world in my opinion, so you just have to get used to the enemies. That's all it really takes. I don't even need to fight you anymore, although you know what, I will, because I do want to get my Excellent 10 and hopefully show off their other attack where they'll spin the guy around instead. Plus the Goombas do have a chance of dropping an item, which could be cool. I'm not actually sure what the item I know they drop some sort of boots, So hopefully I can get lucky and get a rare drop from these Goombas at some point as well. Because, hey, that would be all good to go. And there we go, Excellent 10 is achieved. So with that, I can actually just, cut the footage from here, really. We've already achieved Excellence in Dodge. Yay. As you can see, by the way, we're getting tons of lucky hits now, too, which is nice. And apparently they won't do their other attack ever. Rude. There we go. The spin happened, but then the thing died. Really? Okay. Ooh, there we go. We got the super rare drop from Goombas. We are good to go. So yeah, basically when they spin around, basically when they land, the Goombas will be dizzy and they'll go attack another bro. At this point, I'm not going to try to show it off. It'll probably happen on its own. If it doesn't, then I'll show it off eventually. But, I granted the Goombas for one of these. I'm actually not sure if it's any good or not. This is one of the things I actually didn't look up in my, practice files. So let's find out. How good are these anti-air boots? 150% damage to flying enemies, which is debatably going to be handy, because we are fighting quite a few flying enemies here. So I'm going to make the judgment call of saying that it's worth putting this on Luigi for now, because it'll kill those fly guys a lot quicker. I'm going to make the judgment call. We're making the judgment call. So, hey, basically, if they're good against flying enemies, it's a thing. It's pretty cool. Not too shabby. So anyway, we're going to continue on. We're going to head to this right section first. Each like, section of this beach will have a dream point, so, and there'll always be those little inner tubes. There is relevance to that, like I mentioned last episode. We will get to that. But we'll have more of these sort of elevator sections to deal with, and you can see there's an item over here that we want to fly to. But the question is, how do we get to the other side? You saw it was kind of fenced off there, so... Oh, really? By the way, if you stand under the elevator, you won't get crushed. It'll actually just make the elevator go up again. So, don't waste your time, basically. Now, you see there's actually a little rock thing there, though. That's the key. We drill through this with our side drill thing, and we find ourselves a new foe. Hello, Mr. Guy. We'll get your no-hitter challenge quickly. These guys are pretty cool, actually. They're little, like, shell guys. As you can see, our jump attacks do almost no damage, but their attacks always involve their pearl, which is the actual enemy. And basically, you essentially fight these enemies with counterattacking. The more damage you do to him, as you can see, you have a ton of chances to do damage to this enemy. The more you do damage it, though, the faster it does go. So that's the thing. The other attack, count to 3. You can hit him in midair, because it'll always be 3. It'll always go 1, 2, 3. And then after you stunned him, you basically just bash him with your hammer over and over again. You can pretty much kill these guys. So while you can't do much damage in your turn, these guys are 100% about counterattacking. As you can see, our... well, we already did a ton of damage to him, but our full attack did less damage than just one counterattack did. It is the same with the hammer as well. The hammer will also not be very effective, so really, either way, you just kind of are in trouble. But, yeah, that's a thing. So, we now have more level up. So, unfortunately, like, these points are really just not even worth it. They're still 1 and 2. I could just go for more speed, but I find speed to be a useless stat. Even BP right now is kind of lacking. So let's actually, I mean, lucky hits are lucky hits. So a little bit of stash is still worth on Mario, and I don't care for speed. It just means that the enemies will go first one time. Big whoopee. To me, it's a worthless stat. If I'm wrong, someone tell me, but hang on, I gotta try to get the 5 here. Okay, after the long stretch of 4s, there we go. I mean, it ups Mario's stash a little bit. Hey, it's something, I'll take it. So we're going to be getting a lot of BP and stash from now on, because really the other things aren't giving me enough of a boost for it to really be worth it yet. Maybe I'll switch my philosophy later, but for now it doesn't seem worth the effort. I mean, we still get some effort from leveling up. We can also break these rocks to allow us easier ways to backtrack here, which is always good. There's a block over there that we want to get to, but how do we get to it? Well, what are these orange platforms? Questions that we have to answer, and answer them we will. In fact, we've already followed the enemies here now, so these shell guys kind of move really quickly, though, so be careful. They are pretty easy to run into. Get a few beans here, and obviously involves those blue platforms. We need access to this platform to drill through that, so it all starts with this blue platform, basically. And it starts with us wanting to move over here. Now, as soon as you land on an orange platform, it'll actually start to move and take you places. So for now, it's going to drop us off here. And then this one is just going to take us all sorts of everywhere where we can access that over there, which is what we need to do. But first, we're going to get this attack piece over here, because attack pieces make the world go round. And I like it when the world goes around. That's always a really cool thing. So that leaves us with only 8 attack pieces left in the area. Actually, could have just the platform would have moved back eventually, so I kind of wasted time coming back here. I could have just waited for the orange platform to come back around again. But alas, I am a silly face. Oh, I just landed on it perfectly. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of spin jumps, I mean, it's a Mario and Luigi game. You kind of expect to have to do this all the time, and indeed it is. This one does have a rock on it, so we need the side drill instead. Drill through that, and this is here. And as we've seen before, these will activate the elevators, which allows us to drill through there, which allows us access to the Dream Point. It's all a process, basically. This entire thing is just one big, giant process. As it is with most things in Mario and Luigi games, I suppose. So drill through. Really? Did I miss? I guess I didn't let it go high enough? I don't know. There we go. Hi, Shell Guy! You're rude! And I don't like you. I don't like you either. All of you can buzz off. There's some items down here that we're gonna grab. So, a whole thing, like, as much as we're low on money, we're gonna make a decent amount of money here. Between the fact that we have the Coin Boots DX, which will give us plenty of money, and the fact that there's things like that where you get 500 coins instantly, it's all pretty nice. If you want to backtrack, hitting this button will once again bring out a bridge. So it's like exclamation blocks seem to usually activate elevators, buttons activate bridges, kind of the rule of thumb here. We can head left to get that attack piece that we can see on the bottom screen, but we'll do that after we access the Dream World and get our first Dream Egg, because we want to get at least one Dream Egg this episode. It'd be pretty silly if we went an entire episode without getting a Dream Egg. That being said, there's going to be new enemies here as well. This is Dreamy Driftwood Shore after all, and we do have Excellent 10 and Dodge 10 to do here as well. Can I get Excellent 10 and Dodge 10 done in one episode for 2 areas? Gosh, that would be amazing. Actually, I'm not sure if there's enemies in this specific one. No, there isn't. Okay. There will be enemies in later ones that we'll have to take care of, but for now, this is kind of useless. There's these screw things here, which are cool and all, but there's not really much we can do with them. We can head up this way, and kind of get stuck here, so there doesn't really seem like there's much we can do here. We want to, you can look on the map and see that you want to head over to the left there, but we need to figure out something to do with this. And well, what can we do to activate screws by rotation? Well, the thing that, you know, allows us to rotate, which is this. Now, of course, we could just take this and go right back to the pipe and actually take care of it, but hey, we may as well go to the left here and get some coins along the way. There's no harm in that, and as you can see, we can spin this down with our spinny motions, grab some coins on the way, avoid the spikes, and just, you know, make a little bit of money. Hey, I am all about the coins, you know this, guys. There's plenty of expensive stuff to buy in this game. This game definitely gives you good value for the money that you earn, which is a good thing. I definitely think that's definitely a pro of this game. It definitely makes your coins feel pretty valuable, which, hey, I'm all for that. So we can hop up here, grab the rest of these coins. In fact, I'm just going to drop down here and grab the rest of those coins, because I'm a greedy person. I am Wario incarnate. It's true. Fun facts. So just make a nice little hop over there. You can't, like, you know, spring jump up here, because as you can see, there's spikes over there. So that would not go very well for your noggin. They tend to make it pretty obvious. They tend to not let you hack the system. Anyway, meet the first of Seadrings' crazy kooky family. It's Seabell, I imagine, considering it's the girl one. Which he said brothers. I don't think this is a brother. Or maybe it could be. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna judge. So yeah, luckily for us, they apparently have pre-made Dream Eggs all right for us, because it took him 6 months, but of course she's not gonna make it easy to get this this Dream Egg. She's gonna be a bit of a hassle. Oh no, she's redo her entire makeup. It's an hour? Really? We don't really have an hour to wait, miss. Can we nod? Mario actually runs the guard back. It's okay, you don't need makeup. You look beautiful as you are, lady. So, plus, you know, we don't have an hour to wait. Princess Peach is kind of going to be kidnapped. She's pretty prone to it. So, she'll be a super... Dreambert is not impressed. He's not the type to be wooed by the women, apparently. It's not really worth the hour. We don't really care about how you look. We want your egg. Yeah, you're totally beautiful. I mean, it's just an eyelash. I mean, who really cares, right? Exactly, Dreambert. Is she even serious? And she's calling him out on it. And thus, things get entertaining. Yeah, Dreambert! You think she's a supermodel, right? Spoilers, guys. Dreambert is not very good at the ladies. Oh, how adorable are you, Dreambert? Say it. Don't be shy. It's just words. Say them. Everything's gone quiet. Yeah, it's a little quiet there, Dreambert. Speak up, boy. She's not impressed. Can't hear you. Come on. That's better. Apparently not, actually. Whoa! Yeah! Total angry. Yes, you were just fishing for... This is like your typical person who goes on Facebook and posts pictures and then just fishes for compliments. She is a compliment fisher. She is a compliment seahorse. Yeah, well, stop being a diva. Give us the egg! Believe me, guys, we're going to have to deal with this for 2 other seahorses. All of Seadrings' family are just ridiculous like this. We're in for quite a fun experience. Quirky Mario and Luigi time. You know how it is, guys. They make sure that this game is as quirky as possible. Oh, you're so amused, aren't you, real Luigi? I mean, I'm amused too. It's always fun when Dreambert's the one who suffers. Mario and Luigi, no. Dreambert, though, he can totally suffer. So yeah, Mario and Luigi are like, can you just go? Yeah, that's because you're annoying. Good for you. Good for you. I'm pretty sure Dreambert doesn't care. Wow, spiteful much? Come on, lady. This is totally like the embodiment of like teenage Facebook right here. This seahorse is the embodiment of teenage Facebook. It's like everything I ever see on Failblog. Meme base. All the fun sites for your fun laughs. Oh, internet. Oh, Dreambert. Oh, everything. But there we go, guys. Dream egg number 1 accomplished. We get the pipe just takes us right back to the beginning, and we can head back into the dream portal and make our merry way towards other dream points. Kind of interesting that this time, you know, accessing the dream world is through dream points instead of pillows. We usually only get to enter the dream world through pillows, but not today. We actually get to head in here for through dream points, which is interesting. Those tubes will be relevant, just not all of them are, but some of them will be, and that's all that we really need. Now I think we're actually going to be able to fight these dream world enemies in this episode still, because yeah, there's a pillow over here. Actually, the only pillow that we're going to be able to access on our first run through the beach, if I remember correctly. You'll also get another attack piece, which puts us up to 3. We'll eventually get our new bro attack, and we'll be heading back to Wakeport at some point to do the challenge, because it actually does give you a pretty good item. But for now, we're going to end this episode by going to the Dream World. The only time we're going to have to optionally go to the Dream World for this section, so that's actually going to make this section not actually as long as the previous ones. We'll actually be able to get through this in 2 to 4 episodes, in like 2 more episodes probably. So it's not going to be like a 7-episode ordeal or anything crazy. But I do believe the enemies show up finally, so we might actually have a little bit of combat to deal with now, which is a-okay with me. I like me some good fights. In fact, it is, and actually it's a Lakitu of all things. So Lakitu is a very interesting foe. In fact, we're not really fighting Lakitu. We're actually going to be fighting, just like how we had to fight Goombas with the Fly Guys, we're actually going to fight Spinies. They do count as different enemies, and Lakitu does count as a background enemy. Not nearly as difficult as the other one. Okay, I was not paying enough attention here. So you want to always go, yeah. It just alternates. Okay, I need to pay attention. Basically, as you can see, you have to memorize the pattern, which is pretty difficult when there's a bunch of them, and that's going to be the biggest problem, is you have to kind of memorize the patterns. But luckily for us, Lakitu will summon more of those. We can actually taunt him out with a taunt ball, and he is actually going to be killable from the background. But you'll see how it works as we go. Obviously, spiky enemies are spiky, so careful of that. But we do knock them up, we just knock them down like this, and we can actually then jump on them to do critical damage, actually. So we can slowly take care of all these guys as we knock them over, and then they'll flip back over and do another attack. So we can actually get 2 attacks per one there. Okay. Down, up, down. It's a lot easier when there's less rows of them, so getting a first hit in there is pretty helpful. They do have another attack that they'll use as well, which is a very lengthy attack compared to most, but it is indeed a thing. Unfortunately, because I took damage there, I'm not actually going to get the no-hitter challenge, so I'm going to have to get that at a later point, but that's okay. Lakitu gets to fight us now. We can still get the no-hitter challenge from there. He's going to throw more spines at us. Every spine he throws at us, they'll also throw mushrooms on occasion, so his left, basically he can either drop them low like that or spike them high. I think if you taunt ball him, he just throws them until he dies, so that could be a thing, but Anyway, this other attack, you have to basically you have to hit the first one and time it so that it hits the other one. If you miss, they'll attack you from the sides. They'll pretty much be almost impossible to counterattack. Luckily for us, they'll just keep you, obviously the more of these guys that are involved in the fight, the more that will happen. Of course, they will use, once you run lower on these enemies, they'll actually start using them, that attack. Basically, the less enemies there are, the more they'll, if there's only a few enemies, they'll only use that attack, basically. Hello, Lakitu, I see you're here to, gosh dang darn! It's always that upwards one. For some reason, I'm just bad at hitting things from overhead. Oh well. You can definitely grind, okay, middle, outside, middle, middle, outside, middle. You can definitely grind these enemies for a decent amount of excellence in dodges, but not when you screw up like this. Let's hopefully dodge them for the rest of this fight, though, and as much as I haven't, I'll have to fight another one to get the no-hitter challenges, and I will, but we'll get to it eventually. So yeah. They can do this attack when there's a lot more of them left over, which they'll just do them in sequential. They tend to have like probably 5 or so at a time. So eventually we'll have to fight these guys, or we'll have to dodge a whole sequence of these all at once. And that attack takes like a whole minute to do. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm glad that we're having short rounds right now because this actually makes this fight go a lot quicker. But eventually we'll have a sequence of these, which I'll have to do off camera, luckily at this point, because the fact this is a quick one, I always just kind of wait for them to get close because you can get the timing better. Just learn the timing, learn the pattern. There's only 2 of them this time. So yeah, they can't even when there's just 2 of them, you can do it. When there's a whole bunch of them, though, the patterns do get a lot more complicated, so we'll just, I mean, at least we keep getting excellence here, so we should be gaining the excellent pretty quickly, which will make getting the dodges a little quicker because we don't have to be perfect with our attacks then. But yeah, we'll just slowly kill these guys. It does take a while, but then when they're dead, we will be able to fight another one off camera, because I will. I'm just going to kill this guy just to continue to farm these a little bit. I mean, obviously it makes more sense to use the hammer here, but I'll kill the one. The others will do their thing, and we'll hammer. It should probably kill them from there. So you can definitely grind a lot of these, just because it takes a while to kill all these enemies. But they're good for farming these things, so I should actually be able to farm the other ones, because I know there's another Lakitu here. I could probably, wow, you're still going. And of course, when there's one left, and then you're just kind of, you're done with the fight, so all is well with the world at that point. We kill this guy, and hopefully we can get a Lakitu and a non-Lakitu. We did just get all of excellent 10 cleared there, which is nice, so. And that is a level up for Luigi, but we are going to have to get through the rest of this pillow before I end this episode, so I do want to make sure this is speedy. I did have to cut out a bit earlier, so I'm not in terrible shape right now. Stash is kind of eh. Let's give him some BP finally. Luigi does need some BP. Let's try to get the 5, though. Okay, it's after the string of 4s. Dang it! That's still a 4, though. I won't complain. We'll definitely be giving Luigi a few BP level ups now, so we can catch up on that. Some BP and stash, because the other stats aren't really doing. Actually, I guess I should check. I should have checked the other stats. I'll make sure I check the other stats at a later point, because the other stats could have actually been relevant. There might have been. Sometimes Luigi can still access HP despite the fact that his Mario can't. It's kind of weird. Oh boy, this is complicated. Oh gosh, duh! I hate these enemies. I hate these enemies. I hate these enemies. I hate these. You know what? Let's just get a restart, because you know what? If we restart it, we can actually get the no-hitter. We've already lost our dodge challenge anyway, which is annoying. These Lakitus are a butt, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. We'll be calm. We'll be controlled. We got this. Oh, gosh darn it. Remember when I said these guys are easy to farm? I lied. At least, you know, because I did the... I mean, the fleeing has no bad side to it, so you can just flee in order to try to farm the no-hitters. It doesn't really help you have dodge 10, though. I figured I'd just go for the no-hitters, because it's just going to be less stressful to have those out of the way already. Especially, well, no, I still think I have the dodge 10, so it doesn't really make... I mean, I'll have to dodge 4 more attacks, so hopefully next episode I won't screw that up horribly and I can fight one of these guys and all will be well. There's another enemy in the dream world as well that we won't see yet, but that one's a lot easier as well. So it's a lot easier to do dodge 10 on that one, so... But because I did get good things, I actually get the golden hammer, which is actually kind of crappy because I have no coins now. Basically, just you have more hammer power the more coins you have. It's a thing, but now that he's taken care of and all out of the way and whatnot, we can actually head back this way and take care of all these things, assuming there's no more enemies to be a butt and get in our way, which it does not appear that there is for now. Rookie gloves. These are actually really interesting gloves, but not something I plan to use. What they do is it returns the BP you used if your bro attack gets a grade or less. So if you script the bro attack, you actually get your BP back. But considering it's in your best interest to not script the bro attack, they're kind of useless if you are good at getting excellence, which I feel like I'm decent enough at that. That doesn't really seem very relevant to my interests, but that is how it is. Oh, there is another enemy down there. I guess we could fight him at some point. That'll be cool. So, I guess, you know what, we can go for the dodge 10 right now. It is already a fairly lengthy episode, but I have a lot of speed outs and a lot of cutting I'm going to be doing, so hopefully it's not as bad as I think it is. Oh, there's 2 enemies. It's going to be actually hard to dodge both of them anyway. Okay. I figured they're tricky to dodge, so I can actually show off, once I get the 4 dodges, I'll show off what a Tompal... Okay, it just alternates. I'll show off what a Tompal does with the Lakitu as well, because the interactions are actually... I never showed off, the item store for Madame Broke, actually, thinking about. I'll have to make sure I do that on the way back, but the item store is basically what you'd expect, except the item store now does sell Taunt Balls, so I can waste Taunt Balls. They're actually buyable now, so that's a thing. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and, while I'm talking, let's just go ahead and do a Taunt Ball on Lakitu now. Because I think it just makes, it basically just forces him to attack you. And I think he just attacks you until he dies at this point. Oh god, I'm not ready. I hate when you do the overhead throws. No, stop the overhand throws. I hate you. Screw you, Lakitu. Ha, you're dead. So yeah, if you want to just get him out of the picture prematurely, it works. Okay, down, up, up, down. Really, this attack just goes so fast that it's so hard. You have to memorize things so quickly. It's annoying. Luckily, if there's a not divisible by 4 number, you can just sneak in like that, and it's all nice and dandy. I think if I dodge 1 more attack, I'll be good to go. I guess I'll keep talking at this point because whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna jump on you because I want to kill as many as possible. Because I want them dead. Because if they're all dead, then it'll be easier to dodge their thing. Do something. No, not this. Oh my god. Okay, well here we go, guys. I'll show you a lengthy one here before we're done. As you see, the pattern's a lot more complicated now. So you want to be careful. If I can just get all of these patterns correctly and not script the timing, because if you miss them, like I said, bad things happen. But now we're good to go. I'm going to cut the rest of this out, except for one thing. So, blah! Oh, I guess this is the part I'm going to show off anyway. So, if you do happen to screw these up like I'm going to show off right now... Oh no, I missed! They will then attack you at whatever side you miss them on. You can still knock them away. The problem is, when you have lots of guys like this, it gets a lot more difficult. That was pretty much impossible. So if it's 1, you can get away with it. If it's not, though, then you're in trouble. Anyway, now I'm going to cut the rest out. There we go. Alright, got all the dodges and all the excellence done. I guess that means the next episode we can really just hardcore focus on the plot. I want to get these coins before, and don't you dare! No. No, Lakitu, no. I'm sending Luigi down there, just there. Ha! Ha, Lakitu! I cheated! Yeah, nuts to you, man. That pillow's gonna just taunt your face, because you suck. Now, the Lakitus can throw Spinies. They haven't really done that yet, but they will throw Spinies. If you do touch the Spinies, you will engage in the fight regardless, so they can make traversing a lot more difficult, as we're going to see in future episodes for sure. That being said, this has been a very long episode now, but we've got all the enemies taken care of this episode, so I'm pretty okay with that. In the next episode, we're going to do a whole bunch more of Driftwood Shore. Probably get both eggs. Like, probably now that all this has been taken care of, I don't have to show off these enemies anymore, because I've pretty much shown everything off except for the spinny thing with the Shy Guy, the spinny Goomba. So as long as that's taken care of, in the next episode, we are going to wrap up most of the rest of Driftwood Shore. So, long episode, but I think it paid off. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Probably 2 more episodes of Driftwood Shore, to be honest, but it'll happen. So, in the next episode, we'll be doing that, and I'll see you guys there. This is LuckySevenDX signing out. Stay tuned for more Dream Team. Bye-bye.